Thank you, you should. You got 1 minute, so no pressure.
Carolina.
So no, it's way down there.
Oh, yeah, the name's not changed.
Michelle had it. He was cracking nuts. He was cracking nuts.
I went for it first on accident, I think.
Trying to think of the most. Yeah. Well, we were the whole time. Yeah.
Lacey, are we recording overall?
Overall, I believe so. But,
All
So, have we
connected.
got Paula in yet?
well, we're trying to see if Zoom is gonna integrate with Restream,
Okay,
which is what we use to stream it.
very good.
Maybe she's under like participants or something.
If she's logged in, you should see her under participant. Yeah.
Don't think she's logged in.
On every single platform. Right, enable. It's gonna work.
But does that mean if there's a waiting room?
I really shouldn't be doing anything.
She should be able to,
There isn't a waiting room. When she logs in, you should see her and should notify you that she's logged in and you.
yeah, so
accept her to-
she should be able to just click her link
As long as she's got.
and then do launch meeting and she should pop up in there.
I think she got the email
She
yesterday.
did, she called already and said she is waiting. We need her, want me to try and have her sign off and come back on, or?
I can copy the link and send it to her again, copy.
Bill,
the-
if she did not, if we didn't start it, and if she's not, it might be, she's the same thing, yeah. I'm gonna have her repeat. Yeah, you're a host, so you have to.
Now he's come up with a new thing.
Hey, Paula, real quickly, can you sign off and we come back in? Because our system wasn't up when you were knocking at the door, so people are thinking we can't see you because you came before we were up. Yeah, I'm gonna just put you on mute, so in case that doesn't work, we can do something else. I don't have to call you back. Oh, she says she's team. She's on team. Well, there's six on this.
We're on Zoom. I thought it was a Zoom meeting that she sent.
Where's Lacey? Because I think. Hey, Lacey, Paula's saying she's got a Teams meeting invite.
Okay, ask her to go to the email from Cheney.
Go to the email from Cheney, Paula.
I can
That's
email
probably
it.
what it is. You came in on Teams and this is, we're doing Zoom. Okay? I'll be right here. I'm just gonna put you on mute, okay? And then you, okay, all right. That's probably the reason.
Yeah, hopefully that's it.
That's the grandbaby.
I thought that was Paul, I was crying.
Okay. Grandma has a 1 month old, I believe. Oh, boy.
Kids in the back.
Yeah.
You kids in the back, move up to the front rows. You kids in the back,
Yeah.
move up to the front
Want to have, can you resend the Janie Honeycutt one to her just to put it at the top of the mailbox?
Multi-stream, this might be what it is. Copy invite link.
Teams. So you can.
Invite Lacey, invite Lacey, and then email that her right there.
Copy
Can you resend the email to the link? All
I'm doing it right
oh, you're
now.
doing it right now.
And it might come from someone else because I think someone else's email is loaded in here. So
So just whenever you see something from that, somebody from Nassau Bay. I
yeah,
don't
this,
think it'll be from
this still has Kristen Edwards email in here. So I
It may say Kristen Ed.
think it does work. I emailed this.
Maybe just sending it now.
You might, it's gonna.
Yeah,
go-
I don't have
It's
it.
gonna go to her personal, so you might have, yeah, with her. That's.
I have
That's not
my
her right
account
there, just so you
right
know.
here.
That's Paul versus Paul.
Yeah.
A little different. What a difference an A makes.
Fingers crossed.
Send it.
I'm trying to open my email.
It's
See.
Tomasi@AOL.com.
Yeah, she-
I believe I have-
I'm trying to find the link, make sure.
I'm trying to get into my email.
No, I didn't either. So 2 o'clock in the morning, I went to the emergency.
Okay, I found it.
It's going to your AOL, Paula.
I'm also interested.
It's coming from
Yeah,
Hannah.
that's right, that's right.
Parking sheet. Meaning the boat washer. When I was on balls, got those off, I think that was sweeter.
What it seemed like your eye looked like that you're talking about.
I'm not sure.
Oh, come on.
Well, you changed the record, Jim.
There we go. I
Check
think
it out.
Yep, I think we got it. Just turn on your, if you want to turn on your video and your sound. All right, thanks, Paula. Bye.
No, I just handled it. It was like 11 o'clock last night. I couldn't do it. Yeah, I did.
There she is. Can you hear us, Paula?
Yes, I can. It's perfect. Thank you.
You got your hair colored. You had your hair done.
I can hear that now. Oh, no. Not yet. Tomorrow.
So, are you gonna, at least, not Lacey, Hannah, are you gonna put the owl was the main one, or is that?
The owl is the main one recording of this.
Okay, I just on the visual, so, but it, never mind, this will be fine. This will be, hey, look, I wanna move forward, we're running a little bit behind, I apologize, we have some, I'm gonna start up, guys. I'm gonna start up. So. So yeah, this is, I want to begin, this is the notice of the city of Nassau Bay, Texas, is that it's posted pursuant to the Texas Open Meetings Act. Notice is hereby given that the city council of Nassau Bay will conduct a special meeting on June 30th, 2023 at 5 p.m. at the city council chambers, City Hall, 1800 Space Park Drive, Suite 200, Nassau Bay, Texas. Let it reflect that it's actually 5:09 and we started 9 minutes late. Call to order with a roll call. We have all members physically present, but Paula Tomasi and Councilmember Tomasi is joining us by digital Zoom meeting. I'm going to dispense with the invitation and pledge of allegiances. This is a special meeting on a Friday afternoon for 4th of July weekend, so I'm going to move to just go to directly to any citizens' comments. Anybody have anything they would like to say? Just name, yep, name, rank, and serial number.
Hi, I'm Laura Ford, it's not on, Laura Ford at 1911 Back Bay Court, and I spoke earlier this week about the smoke shop that's going in. I continue, oh, sure. I came and spoke at the council meeting earlier this week about the new smoke shop that's going in Nassau Bay. I continue to be baffled that this is going in and that residents weren't aware of it. My understanding is that it requires a special use permit. I have a lot of confidence in this mayor and council, and I trust that you'll do the right thing. I urge you to reject that permit if it hasn't gone through already. It's not in line with our community. This isn't the incomparable Nassau Bay. I'm concerned about the impact, the negative consequences it could have legally, and the impact on our community and local businesses. So I trust that you all will do the right thing. I'm asking you to please, or urging you to please reject that permit, but also thank you for that. Also, I just wanted to know how it got, I know you can't respond, but how it got to this process where we've got like a crack pipe shop or, you know, a smoke shop that is about to go in with labeling, branding, supplies, and nobody even knew about it in the community, and residents have an interest. I don't know if I can ask right now, am I allowed to say how many people want a smoke shop in the neighborhood? I don't see hands going up. So I think this is an area where residents absolutely care and are passionate about it. Thank you for 2 minutes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Katie Frazier at 1423 Backlund Lane, Cannon. I too don't want the smoke shop. Big surprise, but no, I mean, we have young kids and, you know, like my sister says, like, you think that you're good? Yes, actually I do. So, yeah, I don't want that. And I also am concerned, I mean, if it takes a special use permit and maybe the person in the city didn't understand that or it got signed off on, but I'm more concerned about why is there such a disconnect between city, so whoever signed that permit has a disconnect with our values. And I feel like that's an issue that even if you didn't know all the processes, like I'm going through some paperwork thinking, you know, something somebody might want to look at, rather than just next. And I think that speaks to the culture and kind of an underlying issue that we have going on. And I don't want to have that fear that I gotta put. And it's not Houston. We don't have 36 permits coming through a day, you know, 300 a week. So I just feel like I don't think I'm asking too much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Angie Triggers, 2609 South Drive. I'll be the third person to say I disagree with any type of business like that going in, especially in the strip center where it is. I wouldn't want it anywhere in Nassau Bay. But here we have kind of a family-based, basically orientated strip center that has Burger King, no, not Burger King, sorry, Burger Nation, the Mediterranean, Domino's, a lot of people even go to Starbucks. And I too wonder how this got passed, because this is not something that we want other businesses like this to come in. We don't want that one to come in, but we surely don't want other businesses to come in, thinking that, you know, this is the type of city we are. We just did a beautification project of Nassau Bay, flowers. We've got the nice palm trees now. We've been doing the curbs, all of these things to put a facelift on Nassau Bay. Then we're going to bring something in. I think I heard the name of it was going to be Smokies. And so what is that telling? I mean, you know, it's gonna create a situation where some parents are gonna wanna take their kids anywhere around there. And I don't think that's what we want. You know, we want Nassau Bay to be a safe place for our kids. And we don't want them wondering, well, what kind of shop is that? You know, what do they have in there? Can we go in there or anything like that? Also, we don't want people hanging around. So that's gonna encourage other people coming into our city. Those are the kind of people that we want to encourage to come into our city. So I hope that Mayor Johnson and the city council, I hope that y'all will look at this, and I know you'll do the right thing. Because we don't need this. We're talking about bringing nice businesses, and we're talking about, you know, nice restaurants and things like this, and then that shows up, which just doesn't make sense. So please consider doing whatever we can to not allow this to happen. And yeah, we don't want it, and we don't want any more of it. So we've got another strip center getting ready to open. Who's controlling what's going in these places? I don't know. And but these are things that people, we need to take a look at this, and however it happened or whatever happened, what can we do to prevent this for the future? And not let this happen to our city, because we're trying to make it the best it can be. And everybody's been working hard towards those goals. So let's not go backwards. Thank you.
Yeah. Ladies first, Jim. There you go.
Still able, 1803 Davon Lane. I would like to bring another view into play here. We've had so many Nassau Bay kids, and I'm sure our law enforcement knows about it, who have had overdoses from vape cigarettes. They're legal, but yet the synthetic junk, they call it nicotine lace. So it's synthetic. There's no way to monitor what they're bringing in, what they're selling, what they're vaping. I'm actually a huge fan of marijuana for things like autism. My son has been on a very small dose of THC since he was 9, doesn't have to take crazy medicine. But medicinal medical marijuana dispensaries are nothing to compare to this vape stuff, because no one can control it. The type of person that it attracts, and this isn't about race or gender or anything, but it does attract people who do meth. And you can smoke the same type of meth rock out of what you can smoke marijuana in, and they sell those. I actually went in there earlier in the week and looked at their products, and there are so many things in there that can be used for very illegal drugs. And I think that, yes, this is a big deal because you don't want to see it there, but from a standpoint, I know at one time, there was a kid found in the park. He had passed out, he almost died. He seized for 2 weeks. My husband had to get a physician to go save him at Texas Children's. He literally was dying in our park. We rushed into Methodist. The bottom line is he smoked an entire vape cigarette, so it was legal, perfect, but it caused him to go into severe seizures. He seized every 15 minutes for 2 weeks over this kind of stuff. And it was purchased in a smoke shop right in Webster. So that's what we're now bringing into our neighborhood, and it's scary. It's scary for our police. It's really scary for our kids because they think it's legal and safe and an alternative to smoking if it's anything but. It is absolutely not controlled. I would rather see a marijuana farm put in than this vape nasty. So I definitely think it's a bad image, and as a realtor and whatnot, this really makes the neighborhood look like a tacky town.
Thank you, Joe.
Thanks, Joe.
Bill? Sure, thank you. Remember, name, rank, and serial number.
Okay. Thank you. Jim Stahl, Herbert Lane. I just went by and looked at the facility, and the very first sign it says that nicotine and all sorts of things like lemonade and all that stuff. So if it's nicotine, in the state of Texas, gotta be 21 to smoke cigarettes, 5 cigarettes.
18.
So I would think that would fall in the same line. So yeah, the kids go in that place, they gotta be 21 or older. Thank you.
Yep. Thanks, Jim.
You're welcome.
Would anybody else like to come up and speak?
Don't be shy.
I just.
I'm Betty Armstrong from Hyford Lane, and we have a contingency here, but, I don't understand why we didn't hear about this before through some kind, wasn't in the, flyer with the water bill or anything, and we're not on Facebook, so perhaps we missed it there, but, is there a way that we could be, taught about these ahead of time instead of having to come and we don't even know if this is already a done deal, from what I understand. So we're here to find out how it happened and how we did. We're not apprised of the situation. So is it a pet hopefully already or not?
I'll give an update here.
Okay, well, those
really
are our
appreciate it.
questions
Yeah,
because
fair question.
we definitely agree with your other speakers that come today. And that's why we're here.
Thank you, Ben.
Thank you, then.
Any other speakers, any other comments?
I just wanted to add one thing. I knew that there was an issue too about if we pursued it legally, people were saying if there was a cost to the city or whatever, but I'm thinking, is it really a bad thing if we get a reputation for being, willing to go after people and maybe we get a reputation that just says, hey, they're not worth it. Don't even go in there.
Well, I think that's support from the Supreme Court.
Anybody else? Any other comments?
I would like to add one thing. Starting at 16, I had a 21-year-old driver's license to buy some good old Coors Light Victoria, Texas, and I'm afraid that our kids are going to use fake IDs to go in.
Fake IDs? Yeah. Kids do that?
I know.
I apologize, I'm not supposed to speak, but anybody else? Anybody else want to go? Come on up, Bill. Remember name, rank, and serial.
My name's Bill Wyatt, and I live at 18322 Hereford Lane. And I agree with all the comments that have been made here tonight. And I just wanted to add one thing. And that is, maybe it's a problem with me, but when I see a shopping center with a store like that in it, I think that is a place that's in serious decline. And it reflects badly, not just on the shopping center, but the whole neighborhood. I just don't want that here.
Thanks.
One more comment.
You only have 30 seconds.
Okay, it's okay. It won't take, go.
I don't know much about, well, I guess let me say my name again, Angie Chair for 2609 Federal Drive. I don't know much about CBD or anything like that, but I can tell you if you want it, you can go to Irma's. And I think that that's a high quality of that stuff. And John only lets quality things into Irma's. So you're not gonna get all that other junk with it. This shop here, I think, is offering a lot more than just the CBD products. So I just like to say, if you really need it, go to Irma's.
Any other comments, any other questions, or any other people want to speak? I'm going to move on. I'm going to close the citizens' comments, and I'm going to, if you all wouldn't mind, I know I've gotten calls from every one of you. I want to speak to this issue a little bit because I think everything that you said is very, very valid, and I share every one of your concerns. As this council knows, and I've taken some pretty, gotten pretty involved directly. And I'm going to say this is I'm very, very pleased at the active participations of our citizens in our city. This came up very quickly. It was not something that was known. Somebody asked about, wouldn't we want to put it in the Compass Rose? This came up pretty much on no visibility. And it was citizens that actually brought it to light that there was this going on. And a lot of it was based off, I love Mediterranean and how they do, that people frequent there. It came up. And I will say this because I want to say it with all transparency. is that these were kind of going through routinized type activities. And when I got involved, I saw that this really these permits should be given through the city secretary's office. And for whatever reason, some 6-8 years ago, I don't even know exactly when, but it's been about that long. They've been going through the police department, and they've been going through as almost routinized type things for business permits, and through our building department, which is for occupancy, that does things for, you know, nuts and bolts and things like that, not policy. And there was not a full grasp on the restrictions in this zone. We have very specific zoning. So when I got involved, and I want to give the city secretary's office, Zena in particular, quite a bit of effort that put a sense of urgency to make sure that all these different branches were not just operating in isolation from one another. And I can proudly say that a permit has not been issued. And I mean this on the good graces of citizens who've been involved, because it was highlighted because of that, and it got to people who knew how to act. And from that standpoint, Dick Gregg has gotten involved. There was some vetting that was going on, and it very much specifically, and don't let me speak for you, but I'm going to try, is that going to issue a letter that is definitively saying that this is not in the appropriately defined businesses in this business zone, that for all businesses outside that, they shall, which is a even stronger word than must, they shall get a specific use permit. So we will be going through the specific use permit, which means it'll come before the planning commission first, and then here before anything can be issued. And I am sure each and every one of the council people have heard exactly what you said. And I don't believe there's anybody who would take issue with anything that you said. So I want to give confidence there. And I want to, like I said, give recognition where recognition was deserved. So from that standpoint, thank you. I actually say thank you to the citizens for bringing this to everybody's life. And then I'll turn it over to other comments. Paula, you're first in line.
I'm good and I agree.
Got to remind everybody about one slide. So we did it. And some you should start contact the website. You sign, you'll get one, let us know, we'll make sure you get one. You arrive, you probably still try to squeeze you in, let us know, especially Jill Abels for the others. And so just please let us know so we can prepare for you. But if anyone wants to join the parade, you don't have to actually show up at 5 o'clock. We'll line you up, we'll be ready to go. Water awards will be from 12 to 2 on the 4th, so we're really looking forward to that. We have a couple of new stations this year centered around how we're working. Please come and get a little more attention. And the parade, like I said, will be at 5 o'clock. The parade rolls at 6. The festivities got a bunch of new tracks. There are at least 10 pies that I've seen signed up for the pie contest. And other games, and we've got live music, so we're enjoying everyone to do really great that. And water wars, yes. There is. If you want to participate, when you're walking down the street, you don't think we shoot with water gun, don't wear a red, white, blue banner that day. Although I don't know how safe we are with kids that do it too. Although there are a lot of adults. There are a lot of adults. Driving you to their references. You can come to my house, especially on the 4th, and I'll give you details. Or if you just have to red, white, and blue banner, bring them in there, and water them, or not tell like the very end. So go out and enjoy, just have fun with your neighbors and silly, and then we'll get into the rest of us. So, the Boy Scouts did themselves license during one of the wars, we put after. We will fundraise. Just thinking of- Then it's shot better than with them. Just one as well, businesses. Speaking their mind to help us. Urgency to this. And then tomorrow is the last regular meet of the Naughty Cat swim season, so drive safely tomorrow morning as the area around the pool will be really crowded. And then hopefully we'll see them here for the pledge on Monday, and then the final meet will be after, or sorry, the week after, yeah, Monday the 10th, and the weekend before that will be the champion. So that's it. Thank you.
Chase?
I don't have as much as we, just want to say thanks to the citizens that came up and spoke tonight, that means a lot that you're standing up for your city. Also, I just want to make sure that everyone comes out next week for the Water Wars and the 4th of July festivities. Hope to see you out there, all my ball cards, so I'm very excited.
James?
Yeah, thank you. I'd like to thank everybody for coming in and voicing their concerns. And so I was made aware of the situation. And one of the things I think needs to be brought up is that it was y'all that brought us, which shows the uniqueness of the citizens of Nassau Bay and being able to engage their elected officials to voice their concerns. And that we hear everything you say. That's very important to us. At least it is to me. Back in the day growing up here, it was citizens were the eyes and ears. And that's what we had. A lot of communication going back and forth between parents and their kids. And I love to see that that's still around today, which is fantastic. And the other part is that shop, Jill, I don't know how you got in there, because if you did get in there,
I did.
they broke the law, which is they are not allowed to, before they can't open it up or do anything on business, have product or have displays up without getting right permits. So that's really important for y'all to know too. So they've actually done something illegal, which gives us a little bit more fun stuff that we can do. I will say I'm highly disappointed because I had my public safety meeting and I didn't have anybody show up, but it was really sad. I was all prepared. I actually brought in a 1972 hurricane warning sheet that I found in my dad's. I'm sure some of y'all, their ears seem to have forgotten them. And actually it was very pertinent to what's going on today. So they're sitting out there where the Campus Road usually sits. So if you want to grab one on the way out, it'd be great. So thank you guys very much. And Chase, I might have to arm up. I mean, I know I'm going to do that.
Sarah?
Yeah, I just want to echo what everybody else said already, you know, I'm in agreement with you all. I mean, I have a 4-year-old, a 7-year-old, and a 10-year-old, and they actually do their tutoring at Starbucks. So I definitely have an interest in keeping it that a safe place. I think, and also the first I heard of it was on Monday, the city budget meeting. So that's the first time I heard of it. So thank you to the citizens for the eyes and ears, and I guess I'm gonna have to start running around with binoculars.
So, yeah, thanks everybody for coming out tonight. I'll echo that again. I actually was the first one to raise the red flag on this. I was told by a citizen, and last Thursday, I started going crazy. Trying to tell everybody I could, like, what's going on here. I too thought that there was a process that it wouldn't just automatically appear like that. And I'm grateful that everybody's jumped in and tried to help with this, because we need the citizens to help us get things done. I think this goes more towards the argument I've been making for the last 6 months, that we need to have a full-time code enforcement person under the police department that does community policing and is involved. I mean, we should have had a police officer over there talking to the owner so that they can let them know what the rules are here, so that somebody doesn't just pop up. That, you know, there's that all that needs to happen, and that's what I've been fighting for. I'm going to continue fighting for that. And I want to know that you all to know that I'm really I'm grateful for all of you to come in and bring that to the forefront, because it helps us get those things done and protect our community. And back to what Kate was saying is that yeah, I think that it's worthwhile to fight for some things, and this is probably one of them. So thank you very much.
It comes back to me. I appreciate everybody's comments. There's one thing else I want to mention. We've got 3 candidates for city manager coming in, and they're going to be here on the 5th, 6th, and the 7th. And one of the things I made sure of is that would provide for an opportunity for citizens to meet these candidates. You should see that we've already posted for the open meetings so that at 2 o'clock on every day for an hour. So 2 o'clock on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, the week coming up after 4th of July, there will be a candidate that's going through the interview process. And part of the requirements that we put in is that they have to be available to meet any citizen who would want to meet them. I value your input. If you have anything good, bad, indifferent, please let me know from these, because that is the purpose. We want to not only see how that individual engages with the citizens, because I go back and he always gets very blushed when I say this, but you know, somebody who has the communication skills, the temperament of John Kennedy, who was a very good listener, very good individual who would understand an issue and would be able to take action in a very pleasant way, even though it may be negative news. So from that standpoint, I consider this a very important aspect of the process. We made sure as a selection committee, Michelle Weller and Lucy and I, that we would provide that opportunity. So just come out. Again, it's 2 o'clock. Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, there will be 3. And yes, I'll allow.
I just wanted to ask, is it a different candidate?
It is a different candidate every day. I appreciate the clarification. There are 3 individuals, 2 of which are previous city managers, and 1, believe it or not, I mentioned about John Kennedy, is a previous base commander. So we've got quite a variety. Some are from out of state. And so from that standpoint, please, your input, who's ever listening online, people here, come out 2 o'clock and be a part of the process. And that's all I have.
Thank you. 2 o'clock.
Okay. And with that, I hate to say, we're going into executive session. And before people know, just we had a contract with our current interim city manager that expired, and we're going to be going in and talking about whether to extend that or what we want to do. And so from that standpoint, we are going into executive session. We are actually going to leave because this is I can go back into the back. The number of people who were gone for this, you know, because City Hall closed at before noon, 11 o'clock, I believe it is. We don't want to take a chance that we may turn something off and it won't come back on. So we're going to do something different. Paula, I will call you, okay, on your cell phone. So from that, we're going to leave everything on. It's going to be recorded. He's going to be here. So we'll be on the tape. Bill, you need to gavel it. I know. Angles. Let me quote. Right. So City Council is moving to meet in closed sessions pursuant to Texas Government Code Section 551.074 personnel matters. Specifically 5.1, which is the extension of the interim city manager contract, and 5.2, the appointment of the interim city manager. And it is 5:38.
If you want, I can ending this meeting.
I wouldn't end anything. I would just.
Okay, so you just want to call it.
Yeah, just let it.
Yeah, I don't care.
I don't even know how good they are. They probably won't last, but you know, for fun.
You're very short.
Make sure it stays up.
Thank you. My guys.
So I guess I'll.
Yes, please.
I mean, we'll show your friends, but yeah.
I'm hoping it's going to be an impermanent.
That's all they said. Sure. Thank you to all the veterans. I don't know if you already have one. Okay, see, so yeah, we're trying. Is covered?
Covering.
Sorry.
Okay.
I'm holding that up.
They're like, "Oh," I'm like,
Hello? Yes. I am still in that meeting that's open, so I'm gonna leave that one right now.
Yes.
I'm ready for this day to be over. Yeah.
They didn't care about this. All they cared about was that smoke shop.
It's okay, I care about the front of.
First, I thought maybe they were here to talk.
No, you're wrong. Look, here they come. They're running in like. Coming in. They're coming in hot. They're coming in hot. Hey, so, what hard case, what murder did you solve and what was the other one? Oh, yeah, what fire did you put out?
Yeah, put a fire. Today I found a bunch of drugs.
Awesome.
Oh my God, where'd you find the drugs?
At
The hotels,
At the hotels? Is that where most of them were found?
for all of them come from.
That's where all of them come from?
Microtel and extended stay.
See, that's what somebody told me. They said, don't put that smoke shop there because this is the drug pipes next to the drug house. I guess they were right.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, I vape, so I can't, I don't have a dog in that fight.
I didn't see anything
Well,
vaping in there. All I saw was crack pipes and
Yeah.
road place.
The left wall is all, I wouldn't look, left wall is all vapes and the right wall is all pipes and. hookahs.
Sorry, you're gonna have to go across the street.
I know.
We're not approving the set of the SUP.
Hey, I don't-
Not after that, show me.
I have no dog in that fight.
What's that? Oh, what a pity. I'm so sad.
I need to do anything.
Instead of all. But. That's why we're here. It's not that.
Oh, we're gonna start.
Yeah, that's a good one. They got the kids.
Remember.
I didn't see them.
You got it.
On the chains. Smart dog.
I just think it's. I'll put it there. I'll put it in the slot. It's executive session. Yeah, and this is actually, I think I'd rather have a whiskey. Yeah.
Whiskey shop, I would echo. But I don't think they would
You
like
always
this.
have that, yeah, I'm with you. I can find. Personally, I can be fine. Yeah.
Well, there's the Starbucks.
There's, yeah, a court has can't be open, otherwise I get penalty calls, because they're executive.
It's like Trump.
That's what I said. There she is. All right, I wanna, hey, Jen, I wanna come back into open session. It is 6:26, about 30 minutes longer than I thought we'd take, but I'm gonna come out and we are now in open session. I would like to entertain motions from executive session.
I'd like to make a motion. I move that we not extend our contract with Lyle Engineering.
I'll second.
Moved by Lucy, second by Michelle. Any other further comments or discussions? Then I call for the vote. All those in favor?
Aye.
Passes 7-0. Do I have another motion?
Yes, Mayor. I would like to motion that, we appoint an interim city manager, effective immediately, that position is held by Zena Tedford, our acting city secretary.
Do I hear a second?
I'll second
Second by Chase. Any other questions? Any other comments? Then I'd like to call for the vote. All those in favor?
Aye. Aye.